Sawadee Crab, I'm Chef Kasem. I'm here at Farmhouse Kitchen in Jack London Square. I am about to show you guys how to make a really fun food. Today I am going to make a Nam Kho Tod, but in my version, I'll make a little bit fancy. So I'm gonna put the Dungeness Crab on top to make it more fancy, really enjoyable. Small gathering party, let's do it. All right, so first thing you have to understand, all ingredients here. I have like really simple, you guys can find everywhere. But this one is called kaffir leaf. It's really, special. You have to like get the right one. Otherwise you get like a different taste. And also I have like, Asian ginger, the fresh taste, the best. If you guys don't have it, use the tube one, the pre-cooked one is fine. And I am also used dry coconut flake. You can find like in Asian market or dessert sections. Make sure it's not sweetened. So we're gonna toss it until brown and then crispy. The first thing I'm gonna start making the red curry. So Nam Kho Tod in Thai, it's based on rice and red curry paste. First, we're gonna sweat with the cooking oil. Hot pan, I add canola oil, and then I'm gonna use the red curry paste to make sure it doesn't come with like, a fake paste. So we're gonna dilute it and then make sure it's touch enough heat so when you work with the red curry, it's really fun. Growing up in the countryside, it's really phenomenal. When I'm thinking back in time, I always cook with my grandma, and the way that she taught me is really unique. I mean, I used to hate her, all you know. So I'm gonna put the heat to low. I'm gonna start shifting off the kaffir leaf. So I'm gonna put like a layer and layer, and then I'm rolling. Just like a tube, and then use my knife to slightly thin. Make sure you doesn't put like a big chunk of it. Here we go. I'm gonna start adding in my red curry paste. I think it's about it. I'm gonna turn off the heat. Okay, so I'm gonna set it on the side. And at the meantime, I'm starting to cut my ginger. So like my trick, always use spoon for to scrub out the skin instead of like spend like an hour working on with the galangal or ginger. I got the ginger, put on the side. So Nam Kho Tod is really well known as Isan style rice salads, and Nam in Thai is mean the sour pork. You can make it at home or you can just buy it. So I'm gonna take it out and then start dicing it. So you can either cook it and then consume it, or just eat it raw. It depends. It's your preference. I'm gonna do the small dice. In the bowl. All right, so I'm gonna start set aside of my red curry paste, and I'm gonna start toss a couple more ingredients. Let's put the heat back. Wait a little bit. And first, I'm gonna toss the peanuts. If you guys don't have peanuts, cashew nuts, pine nuts is work too. And keep it stirred. I don't want to burn it. And my trick, I'm always add kaffir lime leaf to toss it, so it has the kaffir lime leaf aromatic inside the peanuts. So by the meantime, I'm start slicing my red onions. So today, I will cut as a small dice. So give it a time, you see some smoke, don't worry, just keep moving your pan to get the heat equalized. Okay, I'm gonna turn off, and I think it's about time I'm gonna put on the side. So same pan, I'm gonna add the coconut flake. Heat on. I'm going to shake my pan. The coconut will cook very fast because it's already dry and it's shredded into small pieces. So make sure you guys keep eyes on. So what we're looking is to brown it. So I start smelling like a lot of coconut oil. Scents. Here we go. Okay, I think that's it. As you can see, it's turned like brown half and also a white because remember the heat, even though we take it off, it still keep going. So I don't want to get like all brown and at the end it's burned. Woo! Smells so good. I'm going to add, put back to the container. So the next thing is to make Kho Tod, which is rice that contains eggs and red curry. So I'm going to add my rice to the pan. And then I'm going to add 1 egg. 2 eggs and my curry paste to the pan. You can use mixing bowls on anything, but you know, I really love to work on pans. I'm going to add fried shallots, fried garlics. So I'm going to add you know, everything, and then you know, I add maybe like a pinch of the chicken bouillon. If you guys don't use it, salt is fine. And also I'm adding fish sauce. So basically I'm doing the rice balls. I'm coating with eggs and red curry paste and then seasoning with fish sauce. And you know, also I add the chicken bouillon to make a flavor. If you guys don't use it, it's fine. Sometimes if my kitchen doesn't have the chicken bouillon, I use the, what is called, hondashi, or even like the regular sauce. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna set the rice on the side a little bit to make sure all the rice is absorbed all the sauce inside before we fry it. First, I'm gonna make the Dungeness crab that I'm gonna put as a topping. I'm gonna add a Dungeness crab to the bowl. A little bit of fish sauce to give it seasoning. One rice. Okay, so you know, after we prep everything done, I'm gonna start frying my my rice. The rice gonna transfer in 2 different methods. One, I'm gonna do like you know, the rice ball, and another one will be like rice crispy rice that I'm gonna sprinkle on top. Here, I'm gonna do the egg shape. So I have a deep fry stations that's set up to 300 temperature. I'm gonna gently add into. It should take about like 5 to 6 minutes to cook for the first time, and then the second time for 3 minutes. The temperature will be a little bit different, but I will show you guys. Look at that. We are going to fry until golden, and then we're gonna set on the side a little bit and then refry to make sure it's crispy. And I separate the rice in 2 parts. The first part is to make a rice balls, and the second part I'm gonna make as a crispy rice condiments. I'm gonna add flour to coat it a little bit. If you guys looking for gluten-free options, I would say tapioca flour or rice flour is work too. So the texture that we're looking is crispy, fluffy, and then chewy on the side. Like a lot of recipe, do the sun dry or even like, left at the counter for a couple hours and then fry it until it's fluffy. Okay, so the first batch is golden brown, really look yummy at this moment. So I'm gonna set aside a little bit to make sure like, it's cooked all the way through. And before we serve, we're gonna refry again to make it more crispy. So let's put on the side. And at the meantime, I have the rice that coated with flour. I'm gonna gently add sprinkle on top to make sure it doesn't get like too crumble. Shake a little bit so it's not get like, into pieces of chunk. So we want something to get separate and then crispy when we bite it. I think we got it, so I'm gonna put aside of the crispy rice. And here, I'm gonna start putting my crab that coating with fish sauce and eggs into the deep fry. Gently put. So what we're looking for is the fluffy eggs that coat the crab meat. As a Thai, I love spicy food, so I'm gonna add my red Thai chili. I'm gonna do chiffonade. So I will prep my mint, cilantro, some dills. If you guys don't have dill, it's fine. Taste will get phenomenal also. And let's check the crab. Whoa, look at that. Same thing, my mint. I'm gonna do a chiffonade. And I got green chili and red chili. Okay, so after chopping like a lot of Thai herbs and chilies, the next thing I'm gonna do the sauce. So the dressing that I use is super simple. You can find like all kind of Asian markets, and the ratio is 1-1-1, 1 lime juice, 1 fish sauce, and 1 sugar, so equal part. I'm gonna add my fish sauce, my white sugar. If you guys don't have, white sugar, you can do brown sugar. You can do like, the plum tree sugar. I'm gonna add my lambs inside. And of course, this recipe, if you're looking for something a little bit sour, tangier, you are welcome. I saw a lot of restaurants using vinegar. It's okay too. So. I'm gonna mix it. I love to seasoning it, so I'm gonna add my Thai chili inside this, and then this super easy recipe you can keep inside the fridge or outside the counter and use as a simple dressing thing. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna mix. Taste it. Phenomenal. So I'm gonna add my half of Thai chili back inside, and then let it sit there to make sure it get the Thai chili flavor. Okay. The next thing, we're gonna put everything on the plate. As I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna fry my rice balls one more time to make sure it's crispy. And I'm start adding my crispy rice. Crispy rice. It is all about texture, so I really love to play with those. This is my shredded coconut. My toasted peanut. Add my sour pork. Again, if you guys don't want to eat raw, you can cook it. It depends on your preference. I'm adding my chopped lambs, red chili to make sure it get a really beautiful color. Then I'm gonna take my rice out. Look at that, super crispy. I'm gonna start taking one by one. Woo! I wish you guys all here. I'm gonna add my fried crab. Look at that. Looks so pretty and beautiful. If you guys want to get something even crazier like fried shrimp, calamari, you name it, this taste will be super good also. I'm gonna put my chiffonade, mint, dills, and cilantro. And of course, it's always served with lambs. And here, my beloved dry chili. Finish up with the fresh ginger. And here we go. We got it. The Nam Kho Tod in my fancy version with Dungeness crab. So I'm gonna put the dressing on top, mix well before you guys eat. Enjoy.